Okay, good morning. The reason I'm doing this video is I saw on social media people are advocating with DAPL class 73s doing surgery, i.e. welding wires or soldering wires to the bogies and doing different pickups, allegedly because there is a problem with the pickups of these locomotives. Well, what I've decided to do is get two of mine out pulling heavy trains. My layout is covered with Pico Insel frog points, covered with them. So I'm going to show these locos running around the track, not cutting it, just showing it. And you can see now we've got one, the Gatwick Express freight train, in what we call a war loop, and you can see it going round. And you can see the other one with Network Southeast carriages. We're not moving them quickly, we're not bouncing them through points. It's all being done very, very sedately. All different types of radiuses. Now we're putting the other one back out on the main loop. You'll see it coming back in a minute. And you will see nothing is cut. In fact, these are superb, these locomotives. The criticism is very, very unfair about the pickups. And as usual, it's the same old thing in my view. People are trying to compensate for track that is not laid correctly. It is as simple as that. Here's another panoramic shot. And hopefully you can see it's easy. These are all panoramic shots, so you're able to see the locos running around, and they really are a class act. The only thing I will say about these locos, they are sensitive to uneven track. The locomotives do not have a lot of lateral play on the bogies, so if your track is uneven, or the chassis, they will not run correctly. You do not need to solder bits of wire or change the electrical pickups on them. What you need to do is you need to make sure your track is level. And the locos will run absolutely fine, and as you can see here, we're keeping them running. They run nice and they can pull a weight, and I've deliberately put a lot of carriages on and heavy freight just to show you. Okay, here we are focusing on the upper part of the layout. And you will see it's crossing various points. It's going up the top, which is a slight slope, but it's crossing points there. You will see the other locomotive at the top, that is crossing a three-way point with two Insel frogs. And I hope you can see we're not hammering these. What's the point? There's no point in lying. And now we're going to put it on the inner fiddle yard loop. And you will see in a minute it's going to come round, and instead of going straight down the track, it's going to come round the loop. We're not altering the speed of the train, we're not cutting the video. And here you go. And on the right, as you look at it, it's going through a streamlined point. As it's coming through now, it's a set track, left-hand point going into the fork. And you can see there's no hesitation in the way it runs. It really is a cool cookie. And as I say, I could not believe it when I saw on social media a person advocating to alter the pickups, solder wires, put pickups on like you would on a kit, and there were people doing it. People actually doing it and thanking this guy for showing him how to do it. And there's nothing wrong with the locos. There's nothing wrong with them. It's people's track. The mind boggles. It really does. Thank you. Okay, what we've got here now is a panoramic view, or the best we can do, of the fiddle yard. And you'll see the class 73s going round, all happy days. And what I want you to do is the freight, the one pulling the freight, can you put it on the inner fiddle yard loop? So what we're doing is we're showing these locos tackling various points in various positions. Again, we're running them slowly, there's no bouncing over anything. Everything is as it should be. There's no cutting of the video. Analog, Pico Insel frog points. And now we're going to put it on the inner loops, showing a different part of the points. So you'll see the loco now tackling the inner fiddle yard loop. And as I say, I am not cutting this video. This is as it is. So when this fine gentleman is advocating you start soldering wires to the pickups of your class 73s, saying there is a problem with them, it's not. Okay, can you put it on the inner part of the fiddle yard loop? So now we're going to put this loco on the worst part of the track. And now you can see it. It's going through a streamlined curve point there, over a streamlined point, over a set track point, over a radius 2 curve into a radius 2. And can you change the power 3-0? And can you put the loco on the outer track on the inner part of the outer loop? I'd wait till it's clear, because then if you hit the wrong points. Now we're putting the loco on what we call the inner part of the outer loop. Again, all analog, Gauge Master DO controller, Pico points. Bear in mind these locos are running over track insulators as well. So they're not even running over metal fish plates all the time. And you will see I am just letting them run. There's no respite, and we're going to let this go through on the inner loop one more time. and you can see that is as smooth as silk. Can you change the power on the inner loop to 3 inner? That's it. And can you put that's it, and you just got to change that and the other one. 1 1 1 1. Now we're putting the one on the inner outer loop, and you can see that the loco is back on the outer loop. And once the Gatwick Express freight train has done one more circuit, can you put it back running on the outer inner loop? And the pleasing thing is all my points work, or our points. So you have seen these locos pulling heavy weight, going over various points of different types, and there hasn't been so much as a jiggle. Uncut video doesn't lie, so if you come across this gentleman advocating welding extra pickups to your DAFL Class 73, I suggest you check your track with a spirit level first and clean it. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you.